Thank you for joining the December 11th, 2018 VOLTHA call. We do record this, so keep that in mind during any discussions or presentations. And with that, I think we'll get started today. So thanks everyone for joining. We had meetings canceled last week because many of us were at ONF Connect. And so we do have a few JIRA issues that are a little bit older than usual to go over this week. So we'll go over the new issues first, and then we'll start going over the updates. A reminder that Sprint 11, our current sprint, is targeted to close this Friday. And then next week we'll be kicking off Sprint 12. And let me see if I've still got that window open. And Sprint 12 is the one that was added in, and that's now going to be the hardening and documentation sprint. And additionally, the bulk of the work on the containerization of the OpenOLT adapter and the Broadcom OpenOMCI ONU adapter is expected to be in that sprint. So that will kick off next week. And due to vacations and end of the year constraints for a number of people, that we've extended this one to 5 weeks. So that will go through roughly the middle of January. So let me go back to the agenda. And then we'll start with reviewing where we left off at the last Tuesday call. And so that's 1344. And go to that ticket. We've got the first one open here, and that one is being worked by Girish. I forgot to check if I don't see Girish on the bridge. Okay. So this one is a new defect that was opened a couple weeks back now at this point. OpenOLT does not handle reconciliation of new resources after restart. And one moment, I forgot to change one thing on my computer so that doesn't pop up and bother us. Okay, thank you for your patience there. And I think I saw Girish join the bridge as well. So Girish, it looks like this one is, you do have a patch open and it's up for review currently. Either Craig or Girish, any comments you want to make on this issue?
I have no comments. I have addressed some concerns from Craig, and I have uploaded another patch.
Okay. Any other comments from or questions from the group?
Girish, are you still working on the last thing you were going to try to get an update to me? Are you still working on something?
No, I just uploaded a patch yesterday, I guess.
So there's an updated patch that from the 9th. Okay. So I've got a question kind of for the two of you, because I think it's not currently in a sprint. Maybe it is, but I don't see it on this screen at least. Do we think this one, we've got the rest of this week, should we target it for Sprint 11 since it's in progress? Or do you think it needs to be in?
When is the sprint ending?
This sprint is planned to end this Friday, so end of this week.
Unless Craig has any major concerns, further concerns, I think it could get merged. So I'll wait for Craig to comment on my updated patch.
Okay, thank you. So Craig, I'll just kind of keep an eye on this one, and if it looks like it's moving forward in Garrett, then let's get it mapped in to Sprint 11. So either of you can go ahead and do that if you want, or I'll try and keep an eye on Garrett for it also. Okay, next item is 1345. ONU restart stops RG traffic, and RG will not reconnect. This was opened by Michael. Let's see, I don't think I see him on the bridge today. And this one does not currently have an owner. So I'm not sure if it will be in Sprint 11. It looks like it got mapped over to Sprint 11. So do we have anyone on who's familiar with this issue? All right, it doesn't sound like it. So brief description we have here that when the ticket was opened, when ONU is power cycled with a connected RG, RG uses connection and no longer passes traffic and does not reconnect. And this was not, let's see. So this is VOLTHA 1.6 does not exhibit this behavior.
So I
Okay.
guess this is new coming in.
I think so. So it's fine with 1.6, but not with the current
Master.
I guess. Okay. All right. Since this sprint is kind of wrapping down, I'm not sure, unless we have someone who's familiar with it, that we can get this done in sprint 11. Do we have anyone who is open to taking a look at this issue? Because it's currently unassigned.
Julie, I'll take a look at it.
Okay, thank you.
And this is with the current master with the tech profile implemented, right? So
Yes.
okay.
Okay. And then Craig, since I know we're about out of time for this sprint, probably about middle of the week, so roughly tomorrow, maybe Thursday, I'll be opening up the placeholder for sprint 12. Yes. Girish?
So this is Girish here. So I'm not sure if tech profile, I mean, this is with which OLT and ONU? Or what is the OLT and ONU being used for this particular issue?
I don't see that in here, so let me go ahead and ask a comment.
This is the ONU restart. This is an alpha. It's alpha ONU and a Nokia ONU.
Okay.
And this started with the introduction of tech profile. Same with OLT restarts as well.
Okay, sorry, I didn't see that. Let me also try to reproduce this problem on my setup. I have a latest. With the latest patch that I am submitting, the issue that we discussed before, I don't see this problem. I have tried to restart ONU, reboot, disable, enable ONU, so I don't see this problem. So I would suggest Craig or I'm not sure who raised this issue to pull the latest patch and try to see if the issue is reproduced. Yeah.
I'll take the latest, and I need to do some of these same tests with the
collab, right?
With the code that I need to submit for multi-uni anyway. So I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, because I don't see this problem with the latest patch I have submitted. So maybe Michael also can verify that the latest patch.
Okay. Verify what? The ONU restart.
Yeah.
Oh, it? Yeah. So there's a patch. There's a patch outstanding that may fix this. Is what you're saying?
Yes. Yes. It is the patch to do with Jira Vol 1344.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I just wanted to double check. So you said the patch is related to the Jira 1344?
Yes.
Okay.
But I have to mention that. Yeah. So I have verified it with TWS ONU, but I presume that it should fix issues with other ONU as well. Hopefully.
And where's the patch? Is it available now, or it's in Garrett? Yeah. It's in Garrett.
It's in Garrett under review right now, not merged yet.
Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right. Then let's go ahead and look at the next new one, which is Vol 1346, Published Device Discovery Notifications. And this one is done. And Ken, I think I did see you on the bridge. Is there any discussion or any comments you'd like for the group?
No, this is really with the Affinity router, so that's done.
Okay. All right, then moving on to the next one, 1347, BBSIM, Refactor OpenOMCI support by GoPacket Library. And this was opened by Keita and is being worked by him as well. And so this was in the current implementation, the OpenOMCI support in BBSIM is hard-coded, and so he's going to refactor that using the OpenOMCI library in Go. Any comments or discussion from the group? All right. And Keita-san, I did see that this is in sprint 11. So are you expecting, and so that's supposed to complete this week. Do you think the work will be completed in this?
I think it is impossible to complete in this week.
That's
so
what I thought. Okay. So let me make a comment here. We'll move this one to sprint 11, sprint 12. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So I'll do that after the call. And then the next item, 1348, is EPON support in technology profile. And this was another one from Keita. And this was related to what needs to be done to support EPON in the technology profile. And minimum, it looks like the suggestion is likely we'll need to develop an EPON adapter for testing. And I believe there's a related subtask for that as well. So Keita, any comments you want to bring to the group?
First thing that I want to say is, could you move this task to Spring 12 as well? And so, I'm not thinking that I want to, develop the EPON support of technology profile. However, to be honest, I'm not familiar with that kind of mechanism. So, I want to discuss about what I should for supporting EPON in technology profile. So as far as I know, I should develop the EPON adapter for realizing this. But if there is another part that I should develop, I want to know what part of that things.
Any feedback for Keita or suggestions from the technology profile folks, the folks who are working on that effort?
This Girish here. So I would suggest you go through the existing framework. I'm not so familiar with the EPON technology, so maybe Sean, I'm not sure he's on the call today. So if you can schedule another discussion another time, maybe next EST, we can go through this item.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm very glad if I will make sure about Sean Misset in Radisys, and I'm glad if we can have a meeting or something in this call, after this week or yeah.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? All right, so we'll target getting a discussion on one of our TST calls to go over that and start some dialogue. So thank you for opening up those issues, Keita-san, and then we'll try and get some communication within the group on next steps to help you with that work. Okay, and then the related task, here's the one, 1349 on the EPON adapter for testing EPON support. So I expect this would be in sprint 12 as well, right?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I was interrupted. So, Keita, are you going to develop a containerized EPON adapter?
Yes, I guess so.
Okay.
I suppose I need to develop that thing.
Okay. Great.
Okay, thank you for that comment,
and
Sean.
for your BBSIM, are you going to have an EPON version?
That is not my plan. So I think the EPON support is different from the BBSIM that I've been developing so far.
Okay, because I think your BBSIM right now is based on the OpenOT adapter, right? And then
Yes,
the Broadcom
sure.
ONU.
Yes, right. that is different project.
And so is Keita, are you going to also have ONU adapter also combined with this effort?
Support?
Yeah.
If it is necessary, I will plan to develop that thing. I mean, ONU adapter for EPON.
Okay. And
but
and
what I want,
huh?
Sorry, but what I want to emphasize here is that it is just for testing the EPON support in technology profile.
Okay.
Ah, yes. Thank you for that clarification, Keita.
And yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm have been hoping we can have EPON coming in soon too. So maybe this will kick that off also. Great.
Thanks for comments.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments from the group or questions?
And the other thing is the Sean Massett has been, in his presentation, he always have a EPON version of the technology profile, right?
Yes, as far as I know, he is also planning to develop and support EPON in technology profile, and he's thinking of the parameters that are necessary for EPON support. So I will discuss about the parameters and how we can develop the EPON support in technology profile later.
Mm-hmm. I think the parameter are probably easy, but the other thing is just what needs to be there. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're right.
Any additional questions or comments?
One comment is, sorry, anybody is interested in the EPON and want to have the technology profile to also working with the EPON, please work with Keita on this one also.
Okay, thank you, Sean. All right, I think we will go on to the next issue, and that's 1350 BBSIM, AAA DHCP client activation triggered by OpenOMCI, and this one is currently unassigned. And yes.
Please assign this task for me.
Oh, okay, will do. Thank you, Keita. All right, and is this one?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sean.
I was saying the same thing. Is this going to be in sprint 12? Keita?
Yeah, sure. Please move this task to
Okay.
12. Right.
All right, thank you. Okay, so I think we've got one more on here. This one, I do see it's closed already. So Keita, was this just one that you opened and then closed with no changes?
Yes, this is a, this bug was solved by the update of my environment. So, that's why I closed this bug.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. All right, let me refresh the screen, see if there's anything else new that came in during the call. I don't see any. I think that gets us through the new issues, so we're caught up there.
Hey, Julie.
Yes.
Hello. Hi, George Montano here from Northforge. Sorry, I think I just missed the first one, 1343. I think we raised that one. Did you talk about it already?
I thought we talked about this one on the last call.
Oh,
but
okay,
if
yeah.
not, I will bring it back up. So we can come back to this one. That's fine.
Just in case anybody has some ideas, I think Gilles is going to talk with Kailesh and see if we can get some feedback. But it's basically blocking our merge for the second test case for the automation. So if anybody has any ideas or suggestions,
okay,
that'll be appreciated.
Yeah. So this is blocking. Let me see. And that's blocking 1057. Let me get that linked in here.
Thank you.
Here it is. I can't find things today. 1057. Is that right?
Gilles?
Sorry, yes, I'm here.
Yeah, it was 1057, right? That was blocking.
Yes, 1057 is blocking. Okay. The issue is 1343.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
One question. Ken, are you on? So since this one has OF agent, is there something we need to do over there on your side?
I found this was more like an environment thing. I don't think it was, at least the last time it was reported, it was more like an environment stuff rather than something that we're seeing all the time. But I may be mistaken.
Yeah, we're seeing it all the time. I had more details this morning as a comment.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the test environment that we're using.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's going to be clear. I mean, we're using obviously Kubernetes with the Helm charts, and we're just bringing up, just like the Siba in a box, we're bringing up just the VOLTHA pieces. And after doing so if we do pre-provisioning, we do the enable, and at that point, I mean, we should have gotten flows, but if you look at ONOS, it's complaining that there's a disparity. I mean, it's expecting secure packets and SSL packets, and they're not coming in as such. And like I say, having made the change as a workaround to OF agent, then it's fine. So,
are they expecting the SSL or something?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, the OF agent should be communicating with ONOS, which with SSL. Yeah.
So the changes that you did was to include SSL in OF agent, or
yes, that's what I did. That's what I did. Yeah, and it then works.
Okay. Well,
and that's a it's a recurring. I mean, it happens all the time.
That's odd. I thought it was already there before, and this it got removed at some point of time.
Ah, okay. So then I don't know.
Okay.
I don't control the Helm charts.
Okay.
I'm just pointing this out. So if that is the solution, then that would be great. I mean, someone could put it in. But
okay, so what was the SSL can be defined in the Helm chart or what?
Yes, just go above and see the change that I made in red. It's in the value YAML file. Yeah, so for OF agent arguments, I added the following in red. And then
so this is really something that was missing in the Helm charts, right?
I guess so. Yeah, but I'm surprised no one's discovered it. Before me. I mean, it would be an issue for everyone.
So let me
ask. Actually, Gilles, I was running into this issue also on 1.6. I don't know why others were not running into it, but I disabled TLS on the ONOS side to get around it. But yeah, so
okay.
I don't know why others aren't running into it. Yeah.
So I'm building ONOS Docker images locally, or taking the Docker Hub ones, and I'm ONOS is built with expecting SSL TLS packets. So I'm not sure how to disable it on ONOS. So whether it should have been, I don't know. Don't know the details.
Yeah, there's dockerfile.onos, and in that there's a line. Something that sets the TLS. I mean, it's just one line in there, and then yeah, I'm commenting out that line disables on ONOS from using TLS towards OF agent. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, this yeah, again, why aren't others running into this and why? So this is
yeah, it could be
fixing it on the OF agent is good.
Yeah, I think it could be something that is missing only in a Helm chart, and maybe not a lot of people using Helm charts. Because if I look at the compose file, I just look at the master branch of the compose file for OF agent, and the line that you added there, those lines are present in the compose file. So I guess it's only in the Helm charts that they are missing.
They're missing. Okay.
Because I think, yeah, I think we have multiple ways to bring up, even the Docker Compose, I think that we're not supported. I think some people still using it, right? So,
yeah.
Okay, question is, so is this Helm charts only local to the VOLTHA, or is something, CIBA has a Helm chart? So I'm confused about all various Helm charts in various packages. So, how can we make that clear? Matt, do you know what I'm saying here? Matt, when there's a Kubernetes, I always run into you.
I don't run into this problem, honestly. I actually did a fresh Kubernetes single instance install yesterday, and Helm installed Cord Kafka, etcd operator, VOLTHA, ONOS, XOS core, and XOS profiles, and have a minimally overridden values YAML file, and was able to go from 0 to passing traffic in about 15 minutes. So I don't use CIBA in a box. I do Helm install things more directly. So the sequence of Helm installation and the values override being used would be good to see.
Okay, so it's a little bit different than, yeah, we're following the CIBA in a box method, with its makefile.
So I know that those folks may not be on this call, but like Andy and Zach at ONF spent a lot of time with the CIBA in the box setup. It may be good to see what some of their values YAML overrides are for that build. And I know they use, like you said, a lot of some makefiles to kind of get it all put together in one pass. There may be some things being overridden there that are different than what's in the default Helm chart.
So Gillies, can we?
Yes.
I think let's get this nailed down a little bit. Yeah, as I said, I have been very confused with this. Maybe I'll also forward Zach and Andy, right, about this one, and see how they can do about it.
How they deal with it, yeah. But I know they they have additional components being brought up, XOS and NLM and stuff, which we're not bringing up. I mean, we're just bringing up the three pieces there: VOLTHA, PONSIM, and ONOS.
So this may make sense to be a ticket in the CIBA JIRA. I know there's a lot of stuff that bleeds over between the VOLTHA and the CIBA, and I'm not sure if a lot of the folks on the VOLTHA JIRA see some of the things on the CIBA JIRA and vice versa. And this may be a good example of one.
Okay.
Matt, so what steps are you following to bring up a single node cluster?
I can add it to the ticket, but basically I have a setup that I run where I kube-adm a single instance of Kubernetes, install Calico, check out the Helm charts, and then just Helm install the 5 or 6 things I need. And the value override file that I pass in really just changes the versions of VOLTHA that I run and turns off free radius. It really doesn't do a whole lot. But I mean, I go from that all the way to curling in the various API needed to provision an OLT, a whitelist, and a subscriber and pass traffic.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
So, I mean, I can paste in my sequence of steps to get going, but it's not the CIBA in the box method.
Okay, yeah, but thanks a lot. So it'll be good to have those steps, because I have been trying to bring up using CIBA in a box and several other steps that are mentioned in OpenCode documentation, and I always keep running into different errors and problems. So it'll be nice to have one working set of steps available somewhere, and then probably we can take a look as to what is it that we need.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, I can add it to this ticket. And then from there we can decide whether or not it needs to go into the big wiki or not. But
right.
But yeah.
Right. Thanks.
Okay, so for this, I guess the conclusion is we're going to ask the SIBA team.
At least the CB in a box team. It seems like if there's something specific about that make environment that's different than just stock Helm install, then that may need to be addressed with folks who typically look at that.
Okay. Thanks.
I'm referring this to Zach and Andy now.
Thank you, Sean.
Okay.
Is
Thank
Julie
you, Sean.
doing that too?
No, I was just making a note to follow up later to
Okay.
make sure we don't lose track of it. So I was going to keep it in the minutes. Okay.
I just send it to them and then
So
ask them to take it.
Thank you. Thanks, Sean. So we'll see what we hear back from them. Thanks, everyone, for the dialogue. And George, thank you for bringing that up for discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I think we'll go back over here and start going through additional updates on Sprint 11. So the first group I wanted to go through, I know there's been some email and then also JIRA exchanges. So there are a number of ones related to patches that GAMS has been working on that we're still waiting for merges and reviews for some of them as well. So wanted to check with the folks on the call, and actually let me go over to that ticket on the board. That may be 732. Let me scroll down and find it. We've got them listed here. That's probably the easier way to the link over to them. So in terms of the best way to handle these, I think a couple of them have had some discussion. So Craig's been reviewing a few of those and Amit as well. And some of that came in today. So we're moving along. That's on the first one. Let's check on the second one. I didn't check this morning, so I checked last night only. And then the second one, I think there was one that needed review. I'm trying to remember which one of these. Okay, and so this one's going under continued discussion as well. Let me check the last two. And we'll just need to keep a close track on this over the next couple of days. If we get hung up on trying to get merges done, again, you know, Gamza or others just, yes?
Julie, I've been through all of and
okay.
Plus one. I think the only open issue there's Amit has on some dependencies in the files. If anybody else has any comments to review on it, more welcome. But I think that's still outstanding items on.
Okay, so Craig, your audio is breaking up a bit. I think I heard that you've reviewed them, and there's something. I think I heard something about some dependencies, maybe for something Amit has, but I couldn't quite hear everything. And then I think you were checking if there were any other comments from the group. Is that roughly what you said?
Yes. Let me get off my headset. Hopefully that's better.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. I think the only outstanding issues is some dependencies that Amit had recommended, and if there are any other comments from the group, but I think we're good to go.
Great.
As soon as those dependencies are updated.
Very good.
Hi,
Thank
hi
you.
everyone. Amit wanted me to change their versions, upgrade them, and I will update them tomorrow.
Great. Thank you, Gamza. All right, and Craig, thanks for your help with getting these moving forward as well, and Amit, and any others who've been involved in that. So I think those are back on track, which is good. 1022, I did want to take a quick look at with the group because I think that one has kind of stagnated in here at least. So let me take a quick look. Let me see if we've got Jason on today. Okay, I don't see Jason on the bridge today. So let me just go right over to the Garrett review. So this was for 1022. ONE registration ID needs to be forwarded to ONOS. And so that one, I think there had been a new patch set uploaded in November, and then late November, and then I don't think we've had additional review after that. So this one just needs to be refreshed, I think, a bit to get it back under review and see where we are. Since Jason's not on here, I guess I'll ask the folks who've been reviewing it. And is Amit on? I know, Craig, I know you're on. Let me see if Amit. I don't see Amit on. Do we need any sidebar discussions on this, or do you think just reviewing the updated documentation, we may be able to kind of get this pulled back up in the queue on reviews?
Uncertain. I'd definitely review the updates and get some feedback to you. Originally I had some more general, broader questions than just a code review. It was more, they were questions about expected behaviors. So, and that also kind of stalled as far as discussion. So, I might post back to VOLTHA Discuss and get that going again.
Okay, I was going to say that's probably a good way to try and refresh that discussion. And then if we need to target a call for discussion on one of the Tuesday or Thursday calls, we can try and do that as well. So let's just keep an eye on that in terms of if we need a larger group call, just let me know and we'll try and get something scheduled in. Schedule-wise, we're getting a little close on meetings because we'll be canceling the last few for the year. I think as many people will not be available. So not sure if it would happen next week or if it'd be early in January. So we'll see and see if we get feedback on VOLTHA Discuss as well. So thank you for that. Okay, then let's see, 1343, I think we went, that was the one we did. Ken, I think I'd seen you on. I had a couple questions on items. One of them was on 1173. I wasn't sure if this one was done because I did see, and well, let's see if Stefan is on, he could speak to it. I don't.
No, he's on. He's not on. So it's
okay, I didn't think so.
So it's done, but I need to verify with him because there's one aspect of, I don't know if it's completely done or if there's one feature that was omitted from it. So I need to double check with him.
All right, I will leave that alone for now then and let you follow up on that. Then I think I had, find where it is. I think it was this one. 1334, I had a similar question on whether this one was complete because it shows as there's a merge in Garrett.
Yeah, this one is complete, yes.
Okay, let me move that to done. Thank you. And I think I had one in the, I'm trying to remember where it was. I should have written it down before the call. Sorry, everyone. Nope, that's not it. There may be one in the to-do column as well, and I can't remember whose issue it was. We have several of the new ones are tacked in there. No, I'm not. Oh, I think it's one. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, that's done.
Patch for this is done. Okay.
Yeah, this is done.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me move that over then. Thank you. I think those were the specific ones I wanted to make sure I followed up on for status. We've got a few of the new ones we'll put into Sprint 12 once I open that up. Maybe I'll do that right after the call so we can get a cleaner board here. So for other issues, we've got about 20 minutes remaining. Let me go back to the agenda really quickly. Let me go. Yeah. So I want a few minutes before the end of the call to talk about upcoming demos and work. But before I do that, are there any of the other issues that are in progress or to do that people are working on and need some feedback from the team or need some assistance moving something forward with reviews or other items?
Julie, if you could open 1023. I could use some assistance in getting the latest upload or patches reviewed.
Okay. 1023. All right, and let's see who we've got on the review for. Okay, Nick's not there. Yeah, so we do have that update that came in the other day, and I think Shad had dropped off the bridge, so we may have to ping him afterwards. And then Girish.
What would may I volunteer Matt?
Well, Matt had been on the review of the adapter side of this change. This is the driver side. This particular Garrett. There's two that go hand in hand.
Yeah,
I'm more concerned about the uploaded changes that were on the adapter side because they affect both ONU and OLT adapters.
I briefly looked at the adapter side. I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, it's a substantial change, so we'll have to try it out and see.
I had some comments in there. Did you? Maybe I have missed it. So I think you have uploaded another patch. Let me go over and look at it and.
Yeah, I had made some changes for your comments, Girish. So you could take a look at the updates.
Sorry, I missed it. I will look at it right away.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Girish. Thanks, Craig. And let me go back to the board. So we'll try and get those reviewed and keep an eye on them in the next day or two here, and hopefully that will be moving forward. Other items that folks would need some assistance with or some comments. Okay, then I think I've neglected to close the blinds before the meeting started, and I'm getting blinded by a reflection off the lake, so bear with me 1 minute while I step away to get that done so I can see the screen again. I usually remember to do that before the meeting starts. Okay, now I can see the computer again. All right, so I think that takes us through kind of the regular review of items. We've reviewed the new issues, and we've got a number of in-flight items that will need some care over this week to get them closed out in this sprint. And then we do have on Thursday a number of items targeted. And so the first one we do have from North Ford. They're going to give a presentation and demo on the VOLTHA test automation work and the status of that work with a demo, and then next steps for that process as well. And then also, and I think Sean's not on, but Gamza, you're on, and so I'd seen the dialogue that you two had. So it looks like we're on for having a demo related to the work you've done for Vol 732 and related patches. Is that correct? Looks like there's a demo that you two had discussed.
Yes, I will try.
Okay, so I can put it a tentative. If it needs to be postponed, that's fine, but we'll reserve some time and see how that shapes up. Okay, thank you. And then let me see if Chip is still on. Hi, Chip, I see you on. And Lynn, I see you on as well. We'd had some side discussions about maybe trying to show at least a portion of the work that was done for the ONU software download. Time on a call is not going to work for doing a full demo. Is there something that you would like to show on, do you think it'd be worth showing on Thursday to the group?
We probably put it. Yeah, I think that's only supported right now by the CIG in their own use adapter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So should we postpone this to a different time? Would that be better?
Yeah, it just depends on Lynn's availability.
Okay.
Do that.
So Lynn, is there anything you would like to do for this week, or should we have this some other time?
I think it's just I'm all right to do this this week.
Okay.
Just for demo. It'll take about 40 to 50 minutes to finish a whole download. Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
I can demo for several minutes and to see the progress.
okay. Then I think maybe how does this sound? If we start off with that demo at the beginning to show the process for setting up the task, and then we come back at the end of the call to check on the status, will that work?
Yes, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we'll see what we get through then. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Then, all right. I think that's it for this week.
Hey,
and
Julie.
Then we do have
Back to the multi ONUs and the unit support per ONU on the I think on the driver side, I think chat is the only one has a +2 on that group reviewer list.
Okay, and I don't remember.
It's
I have +2 also, but I just need somebody else to have reviewed it once.
Oh, okay. So Craig, you can give the +2 yourself. Was that Craig was speaking, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if someone reviewed it, then you can +2 yourself. Okay.
Okay, thanks for checking on that, Sean. All
Yeah,
right.
I need to go back to see who are the module owner and what there's a complete list of those. Yeah.
Okay, and then we have some future topics which are not yet scheduled. And so one of them we added today, and that's EPON support in the technology profile. So we'll target having some discussion on that in a future TST call. Also, we have PPPoE, multicast, and then possibly an overview of the FTTB related changes on the DT side. So we'll slot those in as appropriate when we've got availability and time and kind of the right, hopefully a decent time frame for those discussions as well. I think that's it.
Right. So I sent out an email to the technical leaders during the AT&T POC activity.
Okay.
So the last year, because the IPTV multicast was demonstrated last year, so I sent it to Atran, Sienna, Nokia, and Redisys regarding to how exactly they did back then in the even pre-VOLTA 1.0 timeframe. So I think Amit has some presentation he has made,
okay.
but I definitely would like to have, I don't know whether Nokia is here, Nokia, Atran, and Sienna also have some brief discussion about that. I'm tentative to slot that in on December 20th. So the purpose just going through what has done before and what application within the VOLTA and also the ONOS was touched during that time, and also the portion about packet in, packet out, and then IGMP snooping, all that kind of stuff. How was that done? So I think, Julie, you'll be on vacation that day, so I will be hosting that call when I'm in Palm Spring.
Well, and I tell you, you're guilting me into, even if I'm on vacation, I may have to do it because you're on vacation too. So likely we will have a call next Thursday.
I've been guilting people saying, this is open source. This is open source project, so all the time we put it's supposed to be volunteer. Anyway, so I think if I get enough people want to present, so I will have the call on the 20th. Okay, anybody on this call object that? You got to speak up if you don't like it. Okay, I think people are looking forward to this discussion. Great.
Sounds good, Sean.
Oh, we're all on vacation. Whoever you guys want to do.
Don, this is open source project.
Well, I mean, we were just discussing we don't really have an opinion because we're not going to be there.
Well, I'll make sure you will receive the notice on where the recording is. Okay, great.
Oh, Palm Springs sounds pretty good.
Oh, Sean just joined.
Okay, and since you mentioned schedule, so that takes us through next Thursday, which is December 20th. The following week, I plan to cancel the meetings the 25th and the 27th, and then also on New Year's Day, which is January 1st, since many places, at least in the U.S., will be shut down over that time frame for businesses. And so right now, as you heard from Sean, we're planning to hold meetings next week, and then likely the following 3 meetings, so December 25th, 27th, and January 1st, would be canceled, and then we would reconvene again on January 3rd. So I'll do a recap of the meeting schedule in the minutes when I send them out, and then I'll update the open cord calendar as well, the public cord calendar as well, to reflect those changes. All right, I think that is it for everything I wanted to discuss today. So last call from anyone else for discussion topics on today's meeting.
I just want to make a comment again. Of course, I always have to have the last word, right? So the last week we were able to have the VOLTHA developer team huddle on Tuesday on the day 1 of the ONF Connect. The participation was really great, and then we had fun. So I think it was great for people to have face-to-face meeting. And the AT&T Foundry, we miss you guys there. So it's and we actually have some new faces attending that meeting too. So looking forward to next opportunity to meet people and then discuss things face to face.
Yeah, we also had a side meeting on the authentication path, like a default flow. So there was some, support for the case where maybe the subscriber information may not be available to have a technology profile and a bandwidth profile to be available. So I'm actually having some kind of background discussions based on that meeting. So I'll be sending out an email pretty soon, just kind of summarizing that and maybe modifying a Jira story that I had some communication with Gamza also on this authentication. 1093, I think, off the top of my head. But so I'll send out an update on that just to close the loop on that discussion.
Okay, thank you. All right, anything else from the group today?
We used almost 1 hour.
Okay, well, I'll give you 5 minutes back, better than none, and talk to many of you on Thursday. Thanks, everyone. I'll close the bridge and stop the recording.